And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, and welcome to, a special edition of the Market Recap, Thursday, October the 20th. The guys had something else going on. They were unable to present the podcast today, so they asked me to do the recap, and as always, it's my pleasure to be with you. My name is John Hoagland. Thank you for trusting me with your time. As always, we're just going to take a look at what happened in these markets and take a deep breath. The day is pretty much over. We've got one day left of the week tomorrow with very little to no economic data due out tomorrow. So we're freewheeling it tomorrow. The equities closed lower today. S&P's down an unofficial 30 points, down 0.82%. NASDAQ down an unofficial 60 points. 5 points up, 0.56%, and the Dow futures down 114, again, unofficially, 0.38%. Man, the Treasury yields continue to push to the upside, and the 10-year is getting close to that 4.3 level. It was 4.23 last I checked, so 7 basis points away from that next tick to 4.3%. We did have a couple of talking Feds today. They didn't have really that much to say. As a matter of fact, Bowman had no comment on economic policy in a prepared speech that he had presented today. U.S. misleading indicators was a miss today. It was after about 10 o'clock, whatever it was. Came out negative 0.4%. They were looking for negative 0.3%. Leading indicators leading lower. Lots of talk in the news and the talking heads and everything about, are we really in a recession? What do you think? Supply chain woes back in the news a little bit. Apparently the rail union labor deal has been rejected. Possible strikes could begin as early as November 19th. If there is no intervention or agreement. This would be a big problem. Hopefully our transportation person is on it. I hope. We'll see. It's always interesting. There's always something new to learn and something new to find out about, and opportunities, hopefully, in the markets. Good afternoon, everybody. If you were at Make Hoag Money today, we had 3 straight losses. We were looking for shorts this morning, and it was until after Make Hoag Money that the market turned and started heading in the direction that maybe we kind of sensed that it was going to go. Those 3 losses, I managed to recover those losses and then some after the end of Make Hoag Money, getting short and holding on to it for a little while. And so we made some money today after Make Hoag Money. Don't forget, next week we've got 4 sessions, Monday and Wednesday, 2 to 3 p.m. Central, catching the closes, and then the usual Tuesday and Thursday 8:20 to catch the opens. Should be hopefully interesting, fun, and profitable for me, because you guys are coming up with some good ideas. We just got to get our synchronicity down, and we'll figure it out. As always, make sure you hit the lucky like button, share, comment, question, feedback, heckling, and love are always welcome. Good afternoon, Glitter Sandwich. You win the prize this afternoon. You were the first one here. Good afternoon, Vince. You'll have a little chat with Vince soon. Bear goes along. Happy, nice job today. Passing step 2 on the 100K account. Good job. Very happy to hear of your success and looking forward to that continued success. Tachyon, good everyone. Good afternoon. Rooster, congrats, Bear. I got crushed today. Didn't have to reset my account, but got close up overall. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Rooster, the less you lose, the more you're going to make. Glitter Sandwich, of course, saying good job to Bear goes long. Minus 39 for practice today. Small trades practice, bit of FOMO, okay trading day, no big wins, only small losses. Dowitzer, oh, yes, good job keeping your losses small. James Hansen, LOL. Kevin, ES. There's sellers in the area of that downside gap from October 7th. It's been filled intraday, but the NAS has not closed above that gap. We got close, but didn't get there, did we, Kevin? Nicholas Tadaro, hey, Hogue, it's been a while. It's good to see you, Nicholas. Started a new job this week, so I haven't been able to make group coaching sessions or most of the recaps. About halfway on step 2, taking it slow. Good job, Nicholas. Looking forward to your eventual success. Dowitzer talking about Bear doing a good job getting close in phase 2 in the 150K account. Good job, Dowitzer. And Jay Lee passes step 2. Wow, we got a lot of step 2 passes today. It's always good to hear, good to know. Thanks for letting us know. And again, congratulations. We look forward to your continued success. Well, crude oil, higher value, but an overall down regular trading hour day as overnight inventory longs unraveled throughout the day today. E-mini S&P and the NASDAQ rising rates continue to stifle equity buyers, equity indicator investors. We, in the S&P, as we were looking at this morning, we had a week high yesterday, a week low, including the low from yesterday and the low from the overnight. Both sides got checked, and then we eventually found our move to the downside here. Gold, unconvincing higher close. I'm calling it unconvincing. It's in a situation where we were thinking maybe we'd see some continuation, but it just didn't seem to happen. The euro volatile session that really gives and goes nowhere. Big range, but no real change in the perception. The 10-year volume increases on the down day as rates continue to rise, and the 10-year continues to toe that line. And the natural gas, a deeper acceptance at lower pricing. Volume starting to suffer a little bit in that downside auction. We'll see that on the charts. How long does it take to get funded after you complete step 2? It depends, James. If you want to go to the pro funded account, which is still a simulated account, but you will earn money in that, and then they'll move you into an actual funded account once you make $5,000, or you can opt to go straight to the real funded account. It's a lot faster for us to get the account set up for the pro account than it is the actual real funded account. It can take, I think, up to 7 trading days to get your actual funded account. So it really just it's kind of up to you as to how quickly you feel as though you want to get involved. But either way is fine with us. DA are there many Dow traders that you know? I hear more S&P and NASDAQ. Why is that? Well, our founder was a Dow trader. Excuse me. I was in the S&Ps. He was in the Dow. I think a lot of folks are attracted to the NASDAQ because of the volatility that the NASDAQ provides. To me, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. The reason I'm so fixed on the S&Ps is because I've been trading them for so long. But I think the auction process is the same for any market. There's absolutely nothing wrong with trading the Dow. I know there are a lot of Dow traders, just not as many Dow traders as the NASDAQ, I think, is, I believe, the most popular product here at Top Step. But the volatility and the way it moves gives me heart palpitations. So I have to go with something a little bit slower like the S&Ps, which is no problem for me. I'm fine with that. Yes, so the pro account is simulated, but you'll still make real money. When you get into the pro account, once you make $5,000, we're going to seed a real funded account with $5,000 for you to continue to succeed. Dowitzer trades the Dow. One of the few, the Proud, and the Dow. Yeah, if you're getting into a funded account, it looks a little different, feels a little different. You're in the actual queue. Fills are a little bit tougher, but that's okay. I mean, we are more than willing to put you into the real funded account or the pro account, whichever you decide is totally up to you, DA. James. Any gold traders? We do have some, I think, occasional gold traders here. Gold has been a pretty sticky, tough market for us, I think, lately. I do trade gold from time to time. I'm keeping an eye on, when I see good opportunities. It's been a tough trade. I haven't taken a trade in gold in a little while, but I'm always monitoring for something good to happen there. It's been kind of strange, with the equities heading to the downside. It has not been providing the safe haven that it has historically in the past. Hello, Dimitar. All right, let's jump through the charts here and just take a quick look-see. Let's start with the daily and crude. So we had a potential breakout to the upside. Directional activity, directional possibilities was kind of in play above this trend line. It just didn't play out. So here's that trend line. We've been in this channel for a week or two, I should say. We finally broke out on the overnight, and we did try and continue this move to the upside, but sellers just wouldn't have it, and we brought price back down relatively close to this trend line, right back to last week's low. I find that to be interesting. This may just be somewhat of a pullback. I'm really interested to see if we continue this move to the upside because supply, right? Here's the S&Ps. Okay, a couple of tests of weekly kickoff high a couple of days ago. Nice pullback today. Here's what I wanted to kind of point out. Well, let's take a look through the 30-minute here first. Poor high yesterday and a weak low between yesterday's low and the overnight low. You'll see this better on the market profile, but we had an unfinished upside auction and sort of an unfinished downside auction. We had to go up, take a look above the unfinished upside auction here. And once that happened, the market turned and started heading the opposite direction. We've got a lower close, of course. We don't nothing tremendous as far as loss is concerned. And I'm still really, my main focus is the excess that we put in last Thursday. I think is probably one of the more important features of the equity markets. Here's the TPO chart. Now I'm going to have to add the overnight. I'm going to do that just by going to chart elements, click on ES, add session, go with 1700 to 830, 830, apply, save. What's a poor high or a poor low? A poor high or a poor low is a high or a low that doesn't establish excess. Yesterday's high, one tick above the previous TPO. This is a poor high. This is a market that is telling us that the upside auction may not be finished. Okay, it's an unfinished upside auction. When we have excess, we have unfair highs and unfair lows. This was a fair high. Okay, so here's the overnight. Here's the low from yesterday, one tick from the low from the overnight. This kind of exactness indicates mechanical trading, short time frame trading, and it is also not a strong low or not a strong high. Some people call these double tops, double bottoms. But when you find the exactness like that, it is something that is likely to be revisited. So we open. In the S&Ps here, we were looking for a couple of opportunities to look for shorts. We looked at the high of value. We looked above the high of the overnight session, but we just did not find enough patience to wait until we took out the high of yesterday's week high. Now we have an unfair high. We have excess at the high here. The market turns around, comes all the way back down and checks down to this unfair low, the exactness, trades to it, and then just kind of rotates down and around there all the rest of the session. It's amazing how visual markets are. When traders are fixated on something, they tend to make the market go there. NASDAQ. Okay. It's much more of a downward hint or hue to this market. We still have an unfair low here, excess low, that I think is extremely important. Here's that gap from the 7th. We'll see that on the TPO charts a little more clearly. But again, market attempts to continue to push to the upside, but the rates just squashed it. Here's the TPO charts. And there's the gap to the 6th. Didn't quite get there. And this is where the weekly kickoff high on the S&Ps came in, was off this prominent point of control on the 6th. You can kind of see it right here, this kind of gray line. That's the extension of the point of control on the 6th. Whereas the S&Ps, we got right up to it and we failed. We weren't even able to get there in the NASDAQ. So we still have that gap yet to close. Gold. This nasty old market. Hello, Mr. Shine's Mystery Channel. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. So gold, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, right? It's kind of toeing the line, similar to what the treasuries are doing. But it just seems to be such a difficult market to trade lately. Take a look at the 30. All right. This is wrong. Okay. So we were looking for this market to break out. It broke out. Well, it didn't really become two directional, did it? We don't have a lot of downside momentum here. But now we get to look at, okay, let's see if we get an opportunity up against this trend line here. Well, we get our opportunity, probably a little rich for some. And finally, when it does come back down there, the market really starts to accelerate to the downside and continues after its regular trading hour close. It's just not cooperating, if you will. The market is not cooperating. So I'm not going to address it until it starts to cooperate. It's like I used to tell my kids, if they were crying and unruly, I'd tell them it's okay to cry, but go cry in your room and come and talk to me when you're done. It's like a cantankerous kid. It's just not cooperating. Euros, wow. Nothing as far as change is concerned. Very volatile session, though. What did we do? We repaired. We opened in the gap. We traded down to this area. We traded up to this area, and we just kind of rotated. We repaired today. I think it says that in my notes from this morning. Yes. Gap and a gap. Are we going to repair the gap? We did. Traded down here. Didn't get to point of control, though. Traded up here. Didn't quite get to point of control here either. We just repaired this whole area. 10-year. Well, we are rapidly getting close to our weekly kickoff low. Just really toeing the line. Rates leaking higher. Here's the natural gas. So we got some more continuation to the downside, past our target from our head and shoulders. Volume a little bit low today, though. Slowing a little bit. I wonder what open interest is going to look like tomorrow morning. And we're going to find out, because I'm going to be here at 7:45 for the market forecast. So, today, Congress began to investigate communists in Hollywood, 1947. Crazy. 1968, the Fosbury flop is invented. If you guys know what the Fosbury flop is, let me know. 1973, the Sydney Opera House opens. 1803, the U.S. Senate ratifies the Louisiana Purchase, doubled the size of the United States. 1977, very sad day. 3 members of Lynyrd Skynyrd died in a plane crash. Seems like all the good ones die in plane crash. As far as music is concerned, 1976, the Song Remains the Same, Led Zeppelin tour film, opens in New York City, and the charity raised $25,000 for the Save the Children Fund. 1969, The Who played the first of 6 nights at New York's Fillmore East, performing a 2-hour show featuring songs from the album Tommy. Birthdays. It's Snoop Dogg's birthday. Happy birthday, Snoop. Snoop was born in 1971. I believe Tom Petty's birthday today. He was born in 1950. I didn't think he was that old. Well, he's no longer with us, unfortunately. And famous U.S. pianist, band leader, first great composer in jazz, Jelly Roll Morton's birthday was today. He was born in 1890. 1890. Of course, he's no longer with us. Yeah, I miss Tom Petty too, right? All right. So today was Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. No economic information tomorrow. I find that to be very interesting. We'll see what we see tomorrow morning, see what the overnight does, see what we're looking at 7:45 on the market forecast. As always, thanks for joining me this afternoon, today, and every day. Say a prayer for peace. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. And we'll see you in the morning. Have a good night. Get some rest.